Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss about the amines part 2. Already we will discuss the preparation methods of amine and basicity of the amine in yesterday class. Today we will discuss the physical properties and the chemical reactions of amines. Amines are low molecular weights or colorless liquid, and these amines containing 4 carbons are liquid and are volatile. Amines of higher molecular weights are colorless solids. Aromatic amines are colorless liquids or solids, but on exposure to air they change their color to brown due to the oxidation of nitrogen. Low molecular weight amines are lighter than water. Primary, secondary amines contain hydrogens on nitrogen. There will be a hydrogen bonds formation. Hence, primary and secondary amines possess higher melting points and boiling points compared to the tertiary amines, because primary and secondary amines contain the hydrogen bonds. Due to the hydrogen bonds, their boiling and melting points are high, wherein compared to tertiary amines there are no hydrogens. That's why the melting point is low. The melting point and boiling point amines are less than alcohols due to the electronegativity of nitrogen is less than that of oxygen. What is electronegativity? Electronegativity means the attraction of electron pair towards that atom is called, that nature is called electronegativity. So oxygen have a high electronegativity property than the nitrogen. That's why these amines are less boiling and melting point than the alcohols. Then aliphatic amines forms hydrogen bonds with water molecule, and these are soluble in water. Here we see the in first figure the amines, two amines combined together in water. There one molecule of hydrogen is bonded with the other molecule of nitrogen. So here due to this hydrogen bond they are soluble in water. Then go to the secondary amine also. That means in aliphatic amines, when we dissolve in water, they are soluble because this due to the hydrogen bonds. Here we tertiary amine also, secondary amine also give the hydrogen bond. So due to this hydrogen bond they are dissolved in water. Whereas compared to the aromatic amines, they can't make a bond in water, hydrogen bond they can't make. So these are the insoluble in water. So what we are saying is aliphatic amine, when they form a hydrogen bonds, intermolecular hydrogen bonds, so they are soluble in water, where compared to the aromatic amines they can't form a hydrogen bonds with water. That's why they are insoluble in water. Then go for the use of the phase transfer of catalysis, PTC, in organic reactions like nucleophilic substitution reactions. The nucleophile is soluble in water, but the organic reactant is soluble in organic layer. As a result, the two reactants are in different liquid phases, making a nucleophilic substitution reaction difficult. So that the aliphatic amines are soluble in water, whereas compared to the aromatic is not soluble in water. They are soluble in organic compounds. A phase transfer catalysis catalyst is substance which dissolve in both aqueous and organic layers. It reacts with the nucleophile and transfer into the organic layer. Go to the quaternary ammonium salts with sufficient large alkyl groups are soluble in aqueous and as well as organic layers can act as a PTC, phase transfer catalysis. So here we see that in organic layer alkyl halide is react with sodium cyanide in aqueous layer and form a tertiary ammonium salts, that is phase transfer catalysis, and form alkyl cyanide plus sodium chloride. An addition of small amount of tertiary ammonium chloride to the above organic reactions, it crosses the interface between two layers and carries the nucleophilic, that is cyanoform aqueous layer to organic layer and facilitate the substitution, nucleophilic substitution SN reaction. That is phase transfer catalysis also carries the nucleophile formed in the reaction of chloride to the aqueous layer. Here we see the aqueous phase and organic phase, that is the interphase. This is a phase transfer catalysis act as a two phases. So quaternary ammonium cyanide react with the alkyl halide and give the alkyl cyanide plus sodium chloride. That is the quaternary ammonium is in aqueous stage act with sodium chloride and gives sodium cyanide. That's why here phase transfer catalysis carries the nucleophile and form the reaction chloride to the aqueous layer. Then go to the benzene ring. Cyclohexene react with chloroform and sodium hydroxide. So tertiary butyl ammonium chloride gives dichlorocyclopropene and sodium chloride and water. In aqueous phase, tertiary butyl ammonium chloride, whereas nitrogen contain positive charge and chloride upon the chloride negative charge, and the tertiary butyl ammonium chloride react with the basic solution, that is sodium hydroxide. It deviates Na plus and OH minus. Then it is equilibrium with chloride is replaced by the hydroxyl group and OH minus, that is the ion pair will be takes place and the resultant sodium chloride is formed. In organic phase, tertiary butyl ion pair is react with the chloroform and form trichloro ion pair, that is intermediate trichloro tertiary butyl ammonium chloride will be formed. This is further became dissociate like tertiary butyl ammonium chloride and dichlorocarbene. Further, this dichlorocarbene react with cyclohexene and form dichlorocyclopropene. Then chemical properties of amines. The first one is the alkylation. Primary amine react with alkyl halides and alkylated ammonium salts are formed. This takes place as per the SN2 substitution, nucleophilic substitution 2 mechanism. Tertiary amines do not participate in reaction due to the steric hindrance, because tertiary amine have no hydrogens and around nitrogen bulky groups of alkyl groups is present, so that the due to the steric hindrance they doesn't participate any reaction. Go for the reaction. The primary amine react with alkyl halide, then the lone pair of nitrogen is transferred to methylene group and the bromine is removed from the alkyl halide and form the secondary amine salt. The secondary amine salt formed undergoes deprotonation, deprotonation and reacts with another molecule of alkyl halide. Deprotonation means remove of that is loses of one proton. So it is not possible to stop the reaction at the wanted or required stage. Here we see the primary amine react with these secondary amine salts and give the secondary amine. This one and gives the same secondary amine salt. This is further react with secondary amine and gives the tertiary amine salts. This reaction can be stopped at the first stage if large concentration of ammonia is used. Here 1 mole of ammonia react with 1 mole of primary alkyl halide and gives the ammonia amine salts. So here we can stop that a large amount of concentration will be used in ammonia. Concentration of ammonia is used in this reaction. We can stop that first stage itself. So substitution of alkyl group is called alkylation. Then go to the acylation. Primary and secondary amines react with acid chlorides or acid anhydrous to form an acyl amides. This reaction is nucleophilic acylation at carbonyl group. The nucleophilic substitution occurs. So at the place of carbonyl the acylation will be takes place. High electronegativity chlorine atom reduces the electron density at carbonyl carbon. This makes nucleophilic substitution easier. That is, the electron receiving groups will facilitate the nucleophilic substitution rather than the electron accepting groups are facilitate the substitution reaction rather than the electron donating groups like methyl. Then go to the reaction mechanism. Here we shown here acid chloride is react with the primary amine and gives the where the nitrogen pair electrons attack at the carbonyl group, then the double bond will be deviated, so deprotonation takes place. That's why in the carbonyl group the negative charge will become come on carbonyl group and form tetrahedral intermediate. This is further in presence of pyridine. It reacts with the delocalization of proton and gives the amide and pyridinium chloride. Here halogen molecule will be removed from this tetrahedral intermediate and form the pyridine chloride. For example, here acid chloride is takes as a benzyl chloride with the primary amine, that is methylamine, in presence of pyridine. Here we take a amide, that is benzamide, 95% yield of benzamide will methyl benzamide we will form. In this reaction the amides formed do not participate in further reaction. This is because amides get resonance stabilized. So that's why they here the participate is then no further reaction. Then third one is the carbyl amine reaction. This is very familiar with identification of primary amines, that is isocyanate will be formed. A badly smelled isocyanate will be formed. This is the identification test for primary amines. So primary amines in presence of alkalis react with the chloroform and gives carbyl amine, and or that is called as isocyanate, a bad smell. This reaction is called the carbyl amine test. Isocyanates are foul smelling toxic substances. This reaction is useful for the identification of primary amines. First of all, we'll go the ethylamine react with that is aliphatic amine, that is ethylamine react with the chloroform in presence of alcoholic KOH to give the ethyl cyanide, the toxic substance, foul smelling, and 3 moles of potassium chloride and water molecule will be formed. For example, you go for the aromatic amines, that is aniline react with the chloroform in presence of alcoholic potassium hydroxide and gives phenyl isocyanide. It is also a foul smelling and toxic substances, and potassium chloride and water. This is familiar with identification of primary amines. That is, this is very important process, that is Hinsberg separation. This Hinsberg separation, we can separate the primary, secondary, tertiary amines from each other. In Hinsberg reaction, benzene sulfonyl chloride used as a reagent. This reaction resembles the acylation reaction by acid chlorides. Primary, secondary amines in ether solution react with the benzene sulfonyl chloride and form sulfonamides. Here, the benzene sulfonyl chloride is called as a Hinsberg reagent. From this reagent, we can separate from primary to secondary, tertiary amines with each other. In tertiary amines, no hydrogens are present on nitrogen, hence these don't react and form any sulfonamides. Only primary and secondary amines have the containing hydrogen groups. That's why these are react with the Hinsberg reagent and forms sulfonamides. Benzene sulfonyl chloride is known as, already we said that this is a Hinsberg reagent. The mixture of primary, secondary, tertiary amines treated with Hinsberg reagent, primary amines react with the benzene sulfonyl chloride forming a N-alkyl benzene sulfonamide. Thus, on treatment with potassium hydroxide forms water soluble potassium salt of alkyl benzene sulfonamide. Then secondary amines react with the primary amines, react with the benzene sulfonamyl chloride forming a N, dialkyl benzene sulfonamide. This does not react with the potassium hydroxide and it is soluble in ether layer. Tertiary amine, already we said that tertiary amine does not react with the Hinsberg reagent because the absence of hydrogens. Then by separating aqueous layer and ether layer, primary amines and secondary amines can be regenerated. Here we see the reactions. Primary amine react with benzene sulfonamide and loses one HCl molecule and form N-alkyl benzene sulfonamide. Then the secondary amine react with the benzene sulfonyl chloride and loses and one HCl molecule and gives N comma N dialkyl benzene sulfonamide. Tertiary amines doesn't react with the Hinsberg reagent because these tertiary amines does not have any hydrogen molecule, so they doesn't undergo any reaction with the benzene sulfur, that is Hinsberg reagent, that is benzonyl sulfonyl chloride. Here we giving a chart. The mixture of primary, secondary, tertiary amines solutions dissolve in ether solution. So here the ether solution of primary, secondary, tertiary amines is reacted with in first stage, that is Hinsberg reagent, that is benzene sulfonyl chloride, and gives primary and secondary amines are reacted with benzonyl sulfonyl chloride and forms N alkyl benzene sulfonamide, and secondary one is the N comma N dialkyl benzene sulfonamide. Whereas come to the tertiary amine doesn't react with the Hinsberg reagent. Then this is passed into the cold HCl solution. In acid phase, trialkyl ammonium chloride is excess, that is dissolved in sodium hydroxide. The tertiary amine will be separated. Then in that container we have two substances there. One is the N-alkyl benzene sulfonamide, and secondary amine, that is N dialkyl benzene sulfonamide. So this is dissolved in ether phase, then extraction with the sodium aqueous solution. Here in ether phase, secondary amine will be dissolved, so it is removed ether in distillation in presence of acidic media. Then we form a intermediate and separated by the benzonyl, that is Hinsberg reagent, and for the excess of sodium hydroxide solution we will get secondary amine. Come to the primary amine, it is in extract with the sodium hydroxide aqueous solution. Then it gives an intermediate salt, that is sodium salt, and in acidic media on heating, and this benzonyl sulfonyl chloride will be removed from that, and excess of sodium hydroxide solution in excess of sodium hydroxide solution, primary amine will be separated from the benzonyl sulfonyl chloride. Like that we can separate with this Hinsberg reagent, these primary, secondary amines will be separated purely. This is very important and most popular method to separate the primary, secondary and tertiary amines easily. Then another important reaction is a reaction with nitrous oxide. Primary, secondary and tertiary amines reacts with differently with nitrous oxide. For example, primary amines except methylamine react with nitrous acid and gives alcohol and nitrogen gas. When come to the secondary amines react with nitrous acid to form N-nitrosoamines. These are soluble in ether but insoluble in water. When come to the tertiary amines react with nitrous acid gives water soluble salts. So secondary amine gives compounds are non-soluble, nitrosoamines are not soluble in water, where come to the tertiary amines gives compounds are soluble in water. This is for this we can identify the primary, secondary, tertiary amines with this nitrous acid test. Here we see the test. According to the primary amine react with nitrous acid and gives primary alcohol plus nitrogen gas and water. But come to this secondary amines react with primary nitrous acid and form yellow or green substance, that is N-nitrosoamine and water molecule. Where come to the tertiary amines, the nitrous acid react with tertiary amine. The tertiary amine salt will be formed. So, like this we can identify the primary, secondary, tertiary amines with each other. Then go to the aryl amine, that is aniline, that is primary amine react with nitrous acid in presence of at the 5 to 10 degrees centigrade. In presence of acidic media, benzene diazonium ion will be formed. Azo means the triple bond present in two nitrogen groups are called as the benzene diazonium salt. So this salt will be situated in the resonance structure. So like that we can separate from each other from primary, secondary and tertiary amines with each other. And this is also called as the identification of amines from each other. With this we can conclude today's lecture. We will go further tomorrow. Thank you.